Let's take that down a little bit. It's a little bright. I can't see. No, that was the wrong one. I guess that looks okay. I think it'll work. I think it'll be okay. So, hello if you're catching the replay. I'm Steve. Mark's working late tonight, and this is Smokey Steve and Marc. Either welcome or welcome back. Happy Thursday in lieu of story time. And we're catching up because we didn't meet on Sunday. Again, it's been an interesting time in the last few weeks. Nothing bad's happening. It's just little things keep happening. So here we are on a Thursday just to play catch up. So hello Angela, Caroline, Samtastic. Oh, and see, Sam can catch a live. So it's a different time. Hi Kathy, Denise, Jarella, hello. Any other lurkers coming in? Hello, hello, hello. I can never tell. I try to keep up with the count, and then I try to keep up with the thumbs up. I don't know. Ashimation. Hello. Thank you, Nicole. Happy to be seen. Hello, Bloom County lover. Listening while vacuuming. Do what you do. Thank you for listening. Thank you, thank you. A lot of people listen to our videos like radio, because, I mean, we're not tap dancing while we're talking. You can put us to the side and treat it like a, what is it, what the frick are they are? You know what I mean. Kathy, hello. Hey, Mare. You can hear I don't sound so hot, but I'm pretty much okay. The eye is not as bad as it was. It doesn't really hurt anymore. For anyone who doesn't know about, it was a week ago, because it was Saturday. It was coffee talk. It was swollen shut, and now it's pretty much okay. Hot compresses, antibiotic crap, but that's all gone. My voice, I never lose my voice. I've always got something to say, but I'm starting to lose it at the end of the day. And I was off today for Veterans Day. My agency was closed, so I had today to just kind of chill. So, hey Michael, Amelia. I'm looking back up here. The lung congestion, I'm thinking it's like a post-nasal drip, because I don't feel it coming from bronchitis. Like, I don't feel that one coming up. I had bronchiolitis when I was an infant, and ever since then, you know, any type of breathing things. I never had asthma as a kid to the point where I needed an inhaler or anything, but I do get very winded very easily, and about 2/3 of that is my fault. So, it can be fixed. But yeah, today's, I think, the last day of recoup. Like I said, I was off, I took a long nap, I was, you know, in and out, kind of cozy, just with the blanket. Bandit came up early in the afternoon to sit with me, which he usually doesn't do until about 7, and he does it from 7 to 9:30, roughly. He has a shift. So, we have the fall. It is crud right now, getting better. Yeah, we're getting there. I got my COVID test, it came back negative. I went and got tested at Rite Aid, and that was Saturday, or Sunday afternoon. I went and got tested. And they sent me the email yesterday morning, like overnight, and it came back fine. So, which is good to know, it's not something big, but it still sucks. So, I don't know, I just ride it out. It was like a week, but Mark's, one of the doctors that works with his agency said, and he works in a hospital and also works out of where Mark works, said it's a very common, disgusting thing that's just going around. It doesn't have like the CDC red flag on it like it's the next big thing. It's just a nasty virus that's being passed around. So, that's okay with me. I just felt like such shit. Like, my one eye was swollen shut, and I didn't feel like I could breathe, and I was haggard. Like, and on Sunday it was like, I just don't think I'm sure. 2:45, your Chicago mom, honey, lemon tea, and cake. I've got tea so far. I've got, well, this is spearmint tea with a little bit of stevia or something in it. It's my own damn fault, because I lose my voice faster than I used to because I put a lot of damage on it. So, thanks, Christine. I was just wrapping up. The eye we're almost there. It's much, much better. And the cold's on its way out. So, honey, lemon, lots of... Today was the sleep, left hand. Today was the sleep day. because I didn't have to go to work. So I like got up when Mark left, hey Scar, and then went back to sleep, and I woke up and it was like in the 10 o'clock hour, and I'm like, okay. Then I get my coffee and I sit down and wait for, I have the over-the-counter like medication for cold medicine, like nasal, head, whatever. Took that, dozed off, got back up again, did some dishes, made the bed, all that kind of stuff. So slow moving, but I only ever get like big sick like that like once a year, once every 2 years. So I think so too, Angela. I think I just slept off the most of it today, and I think tomorrow I'm gonna be fine. So it's 11 p.m. in the UK. I've been in bed since 8. I'm still having a better week than our fair lady, it seems. I don't know. When I came in to join you guys, she was still live in a car, dodging questions about going back to his house and staying over last night. And when she said, we're not together, but, that was enough. Everything after but is bullshit. But everything that led up, oh, God, I don't know. Couldn't bother, Mayor. I know. I've seen screenshots, I've seen the videos, I've seen some of the reactions. Yeah, they're broke up and get back to... Their breakups don't count. Driving high, I don't think it'd be the first time. She has. She gets preachy about it, but, she has. So, I don't know. Festering cat pajamas. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you very much. Suffering a little infection. I'm trying to see your post that was bad. Festering cat. Some of the names that someone comes up with are just very... He put a ring on it, sort of. Now, hey Jay, how are you? But I was understanding that she bought a ring for herself and was going to give it to herself, and he was going to pay it off to her on time or something like that, which... Somebody correct me, because that can't be the way it happened. It can't be the way it happened. As I left here, she's still sitting in her car. So, the Jafar ring is... Angie, there you are. I hadn't seen you for a minute or two. Yeah, the ring wasn't good. Hey, Tim, how are you? We just got a little bit into foodie beauty, but... No offense, but you look like heck. Hope you get to feeling better. You know what, old broad? I was just saying how much better I felt, and I don't need you bringing me down, okay? No one's more picky than me. I do look better, and I look pale. I have a little more color than I did, actually, last couple days. Yeah, but I don't know what the hell, like... She's jealous of all the attention her half-sister will get next year when she gets married. Yeah. I looked through the whole jewelry collection, and it looked like costumey. My glasses look foggy. That's up there. That's... I can fix. Hold on. I have some leverage over what's going on over here. Let's see. I can play with the lights a little bit. After everything that went down, and after all the stuff that with Pete's, too, how they don't like each other, and about how I want to wait for Saturday for some of it, but how, he doesn't need to talk online because Nader's a real man. He ran shit when he was in jail. Honey, I've been in jail. I know what guys like you do in jail to get stuff. You steal from everybody, and then you go to protected custody because you can't pay your bills. You burn everybody all across the board. Tell everybody, I got this, don't worry, don't trust me, don't hate me, don't that. And then payday comes, and you're on another block. Go to the CO and say you feel threatened. Some bullshit like that. There's a couple kinds of guys in jail. And when it comes to addicts like that, there's only a couple behaviors people do to get money. Apparently he's not opposed to exchanging services and finances and stuff. Hey, Don's hug box. We're going to go back to the glasses and live with the glare. So, after Maester, I didn't want to know anything anymore. That whole thing, I'm just as happy it kind of got... And it's not brought back up too much again. At least not in the circles I've kind of watched. Because it was so... When you have to say you're a real man repeatedly. No! Oh, please. Please. I don't care if it drags on the ground when he walks. It doesn't make a bit of difference. Doesn't make a bit of difference. Real men let women they meet online pay all their bills. He said she's still doing cocaine. This is the problem. I don't believe a word out of either one of their mouths. I don't. I think Chantal's been using at least off and on the whole time. I don't bring it up often. Marc does because it's part of the story. It's part of what's going on. They had that in common. If you take drugs out of this whole relationship, I think there's very little going on. Probably. I don't know if I'd go over for dinner there and I could stay straight sober for 5 hours with the both of them. That would challenge my recovery, I would think. That's the thing, they lie so much. And then they both have goods on each other. I have this, I have that, I have texts, I have videos, I have blah, blah, blah. Nicole E., glad you're feeling better. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you for the super chat. I was working my Barry, oh my God, who's the one? The singer with the low voice. The really low one. I was singing to myself this morning. This is as low as my voice goes before it goes off. And my nose is kind of clear, actually. I don't think I could spend 5 minutes in their company. It would be like being in an asylum. So, hey, Amarita. Oh, I forgot to mention to you. Marc's doing good too. Doing good too. That shot in his knee, he's perfectly fine. He got over being sick a couple days before I did. So. He seems to miss jail. Threatening assault on a video proof is a good way to start laying groundwork for a return visit. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe if you're tied down with a woman or a man or a partner, they take that into account with immigration, but I didn't know on what, I don't know enough about it to talk about it. I don't know, like, he wasn't born there, so they're going to throw him out and he'll have to swim home. Like, I don't know. I don't know enough about how any of that goes to make a solid comment. I don't feel like less of a person for it either. Hello, Mrs. Carrasco. Barry White. Thank you, Andy. So, imagine being in a relationship where you were constantly threatened to spill the tea on each other. Where's the love? There's not. It's chess. It's all day chess. So, doing better, Edgar. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for checking. Like, a lot. It matters. It matters. It makes a difference. And Pete's I'm concerned for, because Pete's, part of having no social skills is, I imagine Pete's has run into a bully or two, but this is different. This is a bully with papers, and charges and a gravity score and all that kind of shit. So, of course, it's probably a free ride somewhere. Now, there was a couple of things that people brought up about Pete's, because I give Pete's too long of a leash mentally when I think about his responsibilities as an adult. He is an adult. She is not his caseworker or his mentor. She is his roommate and ex-girlfriend. So I try to keep it, not that maybe he would benefit from some extra help from a person in his life to kind of get things together, especially if he gets shot out on his own. Because now it looks like Chantal's like, there was people in the chat today like, are you just sleeping in your car and then going to Nader's because you're afraid Nader will smell Pete's on you or cat fur on you? Or I've seen more stubborn people bend over for dumber shit. I mean, honestly, but love's when they get high, and then there's, I always thought her drama was just for YouTube, but now I feel like she can't turn it off. It got out of hand. She thought she met her match. She met someone who's a little more sneaky than her, and she doesn't know. She didn't think she'd be challenged by this. She thought, oh, well, another guy on the internet, who cares? I don't know if she was that glib, but. So, hey, Kara, how are you? The new Nikocado. I don't even like the old Nikocado avocado. Ugh. What's to like? So, yeah, Pete's could do with new influences. I like that he has a YouTube channel. He seemed to benefit with the company of a pet, comfort animal-y type thing. Though I remember, and it was mentioned in the comments section, when Timbit came from, I guess it was maybe Pete's mom's place to where they're living now, Timbit was in kind of rough shape. I remember Chantal looked pissed that she had to take, She did it, and somebody had to, and she had the resources. Take Timbit to the vet to get some care that looked like it had gone neglected for a bit. So, Nikocado is icky. The screaming, the twitching, he's got a hairline that just, it bothers me. If he was nice, maybe it wouldn't. I don't know. So, I don't know, Carrie. You'll have to stop by. When is it? This Monday is another Moon Madness. Where's the... Usually the stuff is all around here already. So... And we've had nice, full, clear nights here. We haven't had rain in like a week. So it's been actually pretty outside. In the evening, you can see the moon. And he's out in the garden at night because he put up all the Halloween decorations and then took all of them down. And this is only temporary until Thanksgiving is over. And then it's Christmas until Valentine's Day, maybe. So, Nader can thread the hairline for Nikocado. I wish he would. I wish he would. It's all relative in the world of, Chantal was paying her way for this man in a trap house. Nikocado Avocado could buy and sell Foodie Beauty a few times over. It's all relative in size. And it doesn't seem to matter for some folks what they're well known for. Like, it's not about what they're doing, it's about who knows their name. And it doesn't really matter what they associate with their name, it's just people know it. So, if only in the interest of being known, then yeah, Nikocado was probably doing himself a pretty good job. But, why? Do I think she gives Nader an allowance? Yeah. Pete's? No. Well, Pete's is unemployed right now. I don't know what the unemployment system looks like there in Canada. Social supports in popular lore are supposed to be, CB, anyone? Oh, Jesus, Mary and Joseph. Yeah. I would put that also into the cat. We'll call that the Cynthia Beaumont question of the chat, and we'll have that one. So, okay, no way, Jules got it. Speaking of train wrecks, would you consider doing a one-time review of Cynthia Beaumont? I checked her out recently, and she is right off the deep end. Hi, Jules. Thanks for asking. You get the single one, Jules, Cynthia Beaumont question of the chat. I don't think so. CB is Cynthia Beaumont. She's a reactor we used to cover. We haven't covered her since last year. It's been almost a year since we've done a video about her, and we don't really talk about her too much. But I covered her a lot before that. There's a playlist. No, not at the moment. I'm living via an occasional how is every, the people who keep texting you, like, what's going on, don't learn, Scar. So I get a couple screenshots here and there, and then the thumbnails. Try to keep up. Hey. I think the evidence speaks for itself. The only person it wouldn't look weird to is someone who has the same kind of goal, which is fame at all cost, fame at all cost, fame at all cost. Humility this way, integrity this way, truth that way, So, yeah. Now, Jules, that is our policy this year. Should something change, something would change. But no. And don't feel any sort of way for asking. It's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. But I only take one question because, well, I don't know. Some people have a lot of folks that come with them and make messes and make noise and stuff like that. It's just, not for me. I mean, we do shorts. She has a lot of shorts. We don't do that many. Like 3 a month, maybe. A short takes as much work as a full video to put together. Mark will tell you because he does the editing. It's a lot of editing. So, Thursday, getting to the weekend. Any veterans in the room? Family members of veterans? Happy Veterans Day. Thank you for all who've served, currently serving. I have a lot of military in my family. On both sides, too. Male and female. Just joined. Do you have a cold? Getting over a cold. This is the end of it, not the start. Food abuse becoming unwatchable for me, even though React channels. Boyfriend's a veteran. Holla. Husband was in Vietnam. Father was career Air Force. My grandfather was Army, World War II. 30 years in the Canadian Army. Oh, cool. Yes, I'm left-hand, hasn't he? It's very nice. Now what he'll do is come home and I will have forgotten. There's some water feature back here. There's gotta be. And I'm sure I'm missing it. But, you know, I try to do what I can before I start. Family vets, grandfathers, uncles, brothers-in-law, cousins. I do too, and they're all over in different branches of the military too. There's my grandfather on my father's side. And then my uncle and his three kids, daughter and both sons, all went into the military. And they all came back. And then on my mother's side, her nephew, Navy, lived out in California, did Navy and something else. And then my first cousin, I forget his name, he flies those Black Hawk helicopters, that kind of thing. Really cool. He was always a nice kid. He still is. Travels a lot, lives all over the world for work. So, we have a lot. It's kind of a big deal in the family. Like it is, but it isn't. Like, I don't know. Old school Vicks Vapo Rub on my chest. You know, we might have some. Should I make this a 21 and older video? 18 and over? No, we don't. Actually, we have Vicks, but we also have Hip Balm. It's CDB stuff. It works about the same. Of course, Mark closed. I don't know. Mark has arthritis and closes things harder than I can put them in. Live next to a military arsenal, so everyone here's a vet. OnlyFans. Please. OnlyFans is provocative in only a certain kind of way. Yes, I've looked at OnlyFans. When Chantal was on OnlyFans the first time, we joined because I thought, what the fuck? I gotta see this play out. So we did, and there was really nothing to see. But when you look at other creators, it's like people you maybe do or don't follow who do gossip, reaction, commentary, and then you look and all of a sudden they're like almost naked. And it says there's videos of them doing shit. It's like, go you, I'm very impressed, but it's weird. Yeah, Hip Balm's like Bengay. This brand is, Hip Balm. It smells like Trident gum. So, but it's not bad. It loosens up stuff. I have good luck with CBD products over some of the prescription meds I take, even for my mental health. I do better with CBD for anxiety than I do. So, rum and honey drink when I was a kid. Oh, hot toddy? Yeah. I used to make myself hot toddies in college. It was basically a big glass of whiskey with a tea bag in it. I would call it hot toddy. Double as a TMJ rub. So, you didn't like it? My parents weren't the kind of people that, like, we didn't have liquor in the house. There was no bar in the house. Like, people would give my parents a bottle of this or that for Christmas. They would take 2 sips, and it would be in the top liquor cap. Top left in the pantry was the liquor cabinet or whatever. What was the most popular? What was the most you drank in one day? Oh, God. Being an alcoholic, I'd have to say, I don't even know. Close. I left that much out of a half gallon, I think, one time. Because I used to drink fifths, pretty much. A fifth of whatever. Usually vodka was my drink of choice. Fifth, at least a couple fifths. So, but when I switched off and I was drinking Listerine at the end, because I was on my way out, a couple liters of that a day I would drink. I'd get like 2 of the big bottles, and usually someone would find me before I finished both of them. But I'd get through 1.5, easy. You ruin 3 days when you drink like that. Angela, how many vodka per day? If it was just vodka, I can't. however many a fifth serves, however many 20 drinks, 20 ounces, and liquor's an ounce and a half a serving, I think, hard liquor. So whatever that would be. And I can't count what Listerine would be. It's not meant to be drunk. There's no portion control of it. It's just poison that makes you loopy. And I didn't particularly care what else it did as long as it made me loopy. So. Tina Lee. Been so tired after night shifts, now I can't sleep. Glad you keep me. Happy to be here. Welcome. Hey, BJ, how are you? Listerine portion control. Exactly. I mean, you're not supposed to swallow any of it, and there's other stuff in there that can do damage to your body, which, you know, you find out later. I should have known, probably. You know, you don't need to be a college graduate to realize you shouldn't drink the shit. But I was more desperate to feel mentally out of it and have that sort of calm, far away feeling from everything than that, so. Are we talking vodka? We were talking vodka. Someone asked how much I used to drink a day. So yeah, we were talking vodka. Best drink have a jam. A long way. It's been a long way. It continues to be. Good way. Good way. Long way, yes. Yeah. Oh, if it was the homemade wine in the basement. You know, I grew up in a town that was like half Italian, half Irish. And a lot of people were making, like, my great aunt used to make dandelion wine in the basement and stuff like that. Oh, the drinking story. Those are fun. They're not fun. I mean, the stuff that happens is really unfortunate, and some of it was dangerous to other people, so, like, I don't know. Hold on, I missed one. Was I around for flavored vodkas? Some of them. They got as far as being weird, they got as far as, like, black pepper vodka, and then I quit drinking. But, yeah, they still had, like... I ended drinking in the era of, like, just after Appletinis. If you want to put a point on it. That's when I just quit drinking drinks for taste. You know, it was then just to get drunk. My dad, naked mead. And his honey every year. Ooh. Hey, T-girl. I forgot to say your name when you came in. Hello, honey. Makes, not naked. Oh. You mean he doesn't get naked and make drinks? Yeah, there's a lot of calories in it. And then, of course, typical me, I have to have a drug of choice paired up with my eating disorder that has calories, which turned into don't eat all day and then drink so you don't get too heavy. But then if you don't drink, you get really, you know, it hits you fast. And then, of course, you're going to get hungry and say, I haven't eaten all day. So then I go order a pizza, drink half of it, throw it out, pass out, wake up, drink, go to work. It got old. I was done at that time. You think you're done, though. This is why I can appreciate our fair lady for a little bit. I can appreciate the feeling of being entirely done. Entirely done with a behavior that's killing you. Drunkorexia, yes. And it's a thing. It's a thing. Where you think and feel you are completely done. I am over it. This is it. This is it. And then 3 hours later, she's back at the guy's house. I've had moments where I cried, went to a 12-step meeting, cried and bawled, and it's a new day, it's a new dawn, and I'm feeling good. And on the walk home, stop at a bar, you know. But she doesn't confront that as a weakness. She tries to spin it as something she can control. If she could control it, she would have stopped by now. She tries to explain away something that's not good for her. So, I'm okay, Kate. How are you? Yeah, it's a lot of work on the front end. It's a whole lot of work for not much take in the beginning. But then as you further go along into like recovery and shit, you don't have to put as much work in because you've been doing it all the time. And it's like maintenance. You just check in with yourself. You check in with the people who know you. How do I feel like I'm doing? Am I accurate in that assessment? Do other people who know me see how I'm doing? Do they match up? Does what I tell the doctor match up with what's actually happening? YouTube doesn't help. She has none. No, she's got her money coming in, and that's it. And for all the drama of the last few days, she gained 200 or 300 subscribers. This is unfortunate, but this is what has happened. She uses her mental health issue. Yeah, she only ever has ones that have poor decision-making skills as a as a symptom. She's manic because that happens. She can't clean because she's depressed. There's a lot of other ones that she pairs up. You know, Scar, there are some really good 12-step stories, AA stories. Who is it? Sister B, B-E-A. If you're an old school one, or if you know an old head in old A, someone with like, I don't know, 30 years or something. She's an old head who's sober. She's a nun, obviously. So if you know a Catholic, it's good to show them. I keep trying to stop drinking and I can barely make it a week. Well, sometimes I would try something else if something didn't work. It's hard not to get discouraged, especially... I remember thinking, but I'm really trying this time and I can't stop. So, AA has helped a lot of people. I wouldn't be sober if I didn't go through. AA was what I did a couple years, right out of rehab. And it did so much for me. I was, yeah, Scar, could you throw mine back in? It's cold. Take the tea bag out. That metal will explode. AA helped a lot of people. The people that helped me were from AA. But when there was things I wanted to do with my life that didn't have to do with AA, it wasn't encouraged. It was kind of discouraged. And I had a long talk, and I still like my sponsor, and I hope she's still doing sponsoring. She was sober for 20-some years. And it was difficult up in these parts to have a female sponsor. So, how long have you been sober now? 9 years. 9 years of recovery. 9.5, actually, because it was, 2012? So that puts us up into 2022. And it wraps in, the substance use wraps in with the mental illness. Like, they have different measuring sticks of recovery, maybe, so. Thank you. AA helped me socialize with people, get back in touch with people, because I was a lonely drinker. I'd stay home and drink. I didn't want to go out. If I did go to the bar, it was a mess. I usually just wanted to play songs that everyone else hated on the jukebox, and then go. So, and I still get the itch. You'll hear me nudging Mark, like, why don't we ever go out? We never go to the club. We never do anything. Well, I'm almost 40, and I'm getting, midlife crisis. The boss is sober 45 years. That's fantastic. There's a lot of support locally for veterans, especially, with Veterans Day. Veterans, and there's a couple other groups that stick out to me as far as working in mental health. Wendy, hello! Working in mental health, and veterans and the suicide rate is concerning to me. It's something I do. If you stop going to meetings, but dry drunk is what they'll call it. You're not drinking, but you might as well be, because you're the same prick you were when you did. Basically, that's the dry drunk. Yeah, the person doesn't change at all. You just take the drink out of their hand, but they're still as ornery and cranky or stupid or impulsive. Like, nothing's changed. There's a whole lifestyle around addiction that has to get looked at. You could do it in AA, you can go to therapy. Some people sort themselves out, but keep trying. If you want to stop, keep trying. They told him that he had started the first step and was not considered sober. Yeah, they tell you if you're sober. You don't decide. Now, according to SAMHSA, that's not how it's measured. But that's... And people are, pretty much are familiar with 12-step programs because those are the ones that are prescribed in traditional 28-day treatment centers and others. You go to a 12-step meeting every day. However, leaving a rehab, 12-step treatment is not aftercare. It's not medically supervised. It's overseen by nobody. Nobody is accountable if you get bad information in there. And if somebody goes out after a meeting, after getting some bad information, and dies, nobody's responsible. Because they heard it in a meeting they were told to go to. There were some great meetings I went to. Crying, opening, my home group was great. We had a good home group. Tight. I'd been going to that group in and out of trying to get sober for years. And I finally did. It was my home group for probably almost 4 years. But I was in it for a few. I stayed like 2.5 years after I got sober. 43. on Saturday. Well, well. But I've seen so much shit. I've seen people fight. Like, it's real. It's addiction. It's people trying to help themselves not do it. Oh my God, it was so strange. He didn't drink before we got married, but quit his job, started drinking one of the giant Taka bottles a day, and became abusive. And I go, huh. Missed the beginning, so we'll rewatch. Sure, Carrie, out. Whenever these are done, they come down for like half hour, and I put them back up. Home group is Christ Church in Greenwich, third oldest meeting in the world. How about that? How about that? We had a group that was about 20 minutes away from here. It wasn't in the local listings. You had to know people. And it was the only smoking meeting in all of this region within 2-hour drive arrangement. It was in the upstairs of an old shoe repair place. And you could smoke. The smoke comes like right down to here. It's very, very, very crowded, but it was a very good meeting. I was a key holder for that meeting. And making coffee there was like making a pot of coffee. You didn't have to make the big damn urn that I always say I don't know how to do so I can get out of it because I don't know how to do it. And then I learn for one day and then forget for the rest. So. But getting to talk to people was the big part of recovery. I like to drink alone. That's how I drank, so. Feeling better cold-wise. Of course my nose starts to run, right as you ask. Better, yes. I'm not 100%, but who the hell's 100% every day, I guess. Nose a little stuffy, cough in the morning, some body aches. It's on its way out. The eye, again, for anyone who's not grossed out, is almost okay. The redness is gone. More than half the swelling is gone. Our marriage lasted 5 months. Insanity. I'm convinced he was a sociopath, though. Well, sorry for the short-lived relationship, but if he, she, or they were a sociopath, I'd be... I might leave too! No matter when I found out. If I found out the wedding night, I think I'd want to leave. Alright. Here's a really asshole thing to do. Have a cigarette while I'm sick. Oh, no. So, see, we got Thursday, tomorrow's the weekend already. Halloween party at work, and I got so drunk and was so ill the day after. Did you watch Nader's live stream? The last one of his that I saw was where he was where they both had a live and they're talking like to each other. Not really. She was watching his, and then he was saying, she did coke 4 days ago, and I'm a real man, and I don't whatever real men, so, Booby Hill, hello, thanks, we're doing good. Yeah, you know, and being mad at Pete's. They come over and say to your face, you know, it's, I don't say here, I say, whatever. Well, she had gone over to get the CPAP, and then when she went live now, she was in the same clothes she was in yesterday. Real men don't have to tell you. They really don't. And I got about, you know, it was hilarious. It's hilarious. I know, and now he's obsessed with Pete's. Now that's some shit that feels a little more urgent to me. The fact that he doesn't like Pete's, and Pete's is there. I mean, Pete's isn't gonna leave. You think she's gonna have Pete's live in the car while she moves in? Like, that's not gonna work. I wish Pete's was on his way out. But I don't think he has enough support to get to another place. I mean, he's out in the burbs, so public transportation I don't think is really as accessible. He makes a living, but not much, and he's unemployed at the moment, so. Lemon cream puff, you did make it. Yes, doing good, thank you. I gave you a cold, Amanda? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cough your way. Peace isn't threatening. No, and he certainly won't challenge. I mean, he still lives with her. So, he's not gonna, I don't know. Like I said, I give more leeway to him than, you know. Nader supposedly re-upped his lease, so no moving in together. Uh-oh. Steve, are you or Mark into winter activities, skiing, skating? I haven't been on a pair of ice skates in about 20 years. I'd be willing to put a pair back on. Skiing, no. I live between two really huge ski resorts in Pennsylvania, 20 minutes in each direction. Never skied. It was like a rich kid hobby. I went to private school, and like the rich kids went skiing, you know, because it was expensive to get all the stuff for it. I played Little League. I had a glove and a bat. My brother's hand-me-down bat. So, I would go skating again. My only concern is that we're old, and it would be like Death Becomes Her when they trip at the end and fall down the stairs and everybody cracks. You know, I have the feeling that that's how it would come out. Bunny slope I could probably do, Katie. Probably the bunny slope. Snowshoes. I didn't think about going for a walk with snowshoes. We're good for, in the last few years, taking, C's part of my multi. T-girl, thank you. Funny girl, I am fabulous. If I had a patch, you'd never know. But it's good, thank you. It's healing up. Been in his bed for 2 days and got out for a bin fetch and now rushing back. I don't have succeeded in isolating her from her family, so removing Pizza and the cats is likely his next move. Shh. Terminally unique. I know it looks textbook, guys, but really in my situation, it's totally different because he cooks for me. Oh, God. God. I mean, what eggplant could be that good? You know? She's not like other girls. That's true. No arguing with that. Lived in Alaska. I got cross-country skiing. I loved it. It's peaceful. I bet it is. I bet it is. Well, food is her god. She's a slave to, like, all her cravings. No. Hey, Claudia. How are you? Made baba ganoush. I'm making hummus tomorrow. For tomorrow's video, we're having a video, and it's going to involve food. One of the things involves hummus. Anyway, I'll be making one of the things that goes with it, so. Yeah, she said it was bad for, like, exactly, Camilla. It was bad from the start. And she's like, we've gone through a lot of ups and downs. It's 6 months. That's not a lot of time. And it got bad, like, in the first week. Like, what does this prove? It has to be, like, on principle or stubbornness right now. Because it can't... What other motivation would keep someone in a situation like this? Doing good, Claudia. Thank you. I don't know. When I shut off the live to come here, she was still in her car in yesterday's looking clothes. I use garlic a lot. I put extra garlic in everything. I know, it was so bad from right flag. Yeah, red flags right away. But like I said, I hate to think it's like the stereotypical, exactly what it looks like on the after-school special, that the fat girl has to pay her way into getting a boyfriend, and so she'll do all that just so he won't leave her. That's like the old teenage high school. And the moral of the story is be yourself, and boys will like you anyway. You know, that reminds me of after-school specials. But it feels like it's playing out here in some awful way. Like she needs to keep him, and so to keep him, all this awful shit. Yeah, I'm there. She can't any little. She can't let it go. She's like, should we order food? The phone, it's already up here. It's already there. She's like, should we smoke together? It's right there. Requiem for a hoser. I mean, I hope she comes out okay at the end of this. At this point, I'm invested because I've been watching her channel for a number of years. I have a bit of a library mentally where I can pull old things back together. I try to watch it without being... This isn't going to go away. It's just going to take on a different form, I think. She's going to shower, doesn't feel like cleaning and needs to wipe. If she's going to shower, she might be going back out. Instant gratification takes too long. True. Thanks, Oceana Song. I'm getting over being under the weather, thanks, May. We're on our way back. We're on our way back. Hey, Scar, welcome back. But somebody had mentioned even in her chat, like, how would you feel if Pete ditched you for some woman with a very, very visible drug and personality issue? One who hated you so much, you know? Crapped herself on live again. No, big surprise. Big surprise. I don't know. I mean, her outrageousness knows no ends, really. It doesn't. She put her bottom in the Starbucks sink as they ran out of the toilet paper. Oh. Yeah. Sometimes there are little stories like that, though. Yeah, if you see the hair fibers. I was surprised he took a threader to her. I mean, threading is something that I think not a lot of people do and they could probably benefit from. It's not as popular in this area as just like other means, other methods. But that's why you hate public toilets. Her gallbladder issues have been going on for 20 years. She got it removed when she was 17. She should not continue to have that. No, I wouldn't think so. Has she always been like this? No. At least this part of her life didn't make it to camera. The other part was eating, maybe telling gross or scary stories, and then she started to reveal parts of her life. And then, you know, and then it turned into this. This is the end result of years of eating on camera. Threading looks like an art. I've only seen it done a couple times on like America's Next Top Model. There was a few women, they wanted to give them like a Tyra Banks 4-finger forehead. So they took the hairline up here and moved it up about an inch. Biggest midlife. Oh yeah, extreme fatty liver tendency. That's right. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure she's driving stoned. Of course you're going to say you were you're not, like, of course she's going to say she wasn't, you know, but yeah. No studies and research done on brain deterioration when it comes to her eating. No. Next time she cries that he's abusing her, everyone will just shrug. Some people will come back. Some people will. The Tyra Banks 4-finger forehead. Yeah. She's got the light bulb thing, Tyra Banks. They gave it to this one girl. She was Indian American, Asian American, and her hairline was really low, and they threaded off what looked like an uncomfortable. She had hair down to her butt, and they gave her some layers and shit, and she looked pretty good afterwards. But she said that the threading hurt like a bitch too. Full head of thick straight. Well, how nice for you. I was bald by the time I was 25. She has to be spending huge amounts of money on THC each month. For her, for him, for both. I don't know. I don't know what expenses of his she's spent. Whatever, if she's admitted to anything, it's more than that. So, I don't know what's coming out of her pocket. Plus rent. Plus, I don't know if she had any deal with Pete's when they moved in about splitting expenses, but he doesn't seem to have any money coming in right now. So, I'm Algonquin when I get threading, it hurts like hell. It looks like it hurts. But it does look very, like, clean when it's done. She will have had done another apology video. I had a baby and my thyroid tanked and my hair fell out. Oh, that sucks. The life I could have on her income. Yeah, but look at the things she has to do to get it. You know, I should be doing is looking at other channels her size and say, what are people doing other than this? And how can I get there? I think I'm more comfortable being a smaller channel with content that I could show my boss, probably, and still live with. Balding at 19. My dad lost his hair at, like, in the same thing in his 20s. My brother has a full head of jet black hair, and he couldn't give a shit. You know what I would do with that? Oh my god. Swore on his mother he wouldn't take her back. Chantal did swear on her grandmother a few different things. Report of the week. He's a sweetheart and does food reviews. Well, that sounds good. I can check that out. I can't believe we've been talking for 50 minutes already. Glad to catch you, but it's nearly midnight here. I have to go. Oh, Eggy Toast, that's okay. We'll be back on Sunday, too. We'll be doing our regular live. I hate playing catch up. I like to just, if we're supposed to have a video, we have a video. That's how I like to do it usually. But cool. I will definitely check it out. I need to get into some new channels because Mark gets sick. I'll find one and I'll watch it over and over. And it's typically the voices of the people that he hates. So. Oldest son has super thick jet black hair. I know. I used to have such nice hair. I had fun while it lasted, though. I bleached it. I mean, even in the beginning of COVID, when everyone was dyeing their hair, I bleached it. I did a split dye of orange and black last Halloween. I did that silver color everyone was trying. It just looked purple on me. I am, Corey. I'm just getting over being sick. Money, money, money. I just had a couple root canals myself. Maxed out my flexible spending and couldn't afford to get the third one. Because it wouldn't cover it. So I have to come out of I had to come out of pocket for it. My insurance wouldn't cover it. Report of the week. All right. Steve, do you do weed? Once upon a time, I really, really enjoyed weed. I've discussed it with my doctor. I've broached the topic. It's going to be a while because I have a history with addiction, but not that particular drug. You know, I used to drink like a fish. And if it can be used to kind of taper off some of the psychiatric meds that I take, because I take a lot, and I would like to get off at least 2 or 3 of them going forward. So using that as part of the treatment, maybe yes, no. If they say no, then I can't do it with the current psychiatric provider I have. So there's risk of addiction, but as I recall, like when I was 20, it made me hungry and it made me paranoid. I do hungry and paranoid on my own pretty well. But I'm not opposed to it. I think it should be absolutely legal and accessible, and maybe I would try it. It's not. You can get it medicinally in PA, but you can't just go to the pharmacy and get it here. So it would be, yeah, Scar, it's like this. Fewer meds versus, you know, I'd have to figure out, can I be intoxicated? If it's medicinal and it's done through a doctor, it should be at a low enough dose that it just does what it's supposed to treat. And I would probably want to have something for anxiety and sleep. Because I take all this other stuff off label for anxiety and sleep, and then like a friggin' chemistry set overnight. So something to reduce there would be good. But that gives me some time to look forward to it too. So weed doesn't make me paranoid or hungry and anxiety. Well, that's the thing, Jarl. It's like any other treatment. It's so unique to each individual. You know what I mean? Somebody with an addiction might just cross right back over and become a pothead. You know, not everybody who smokes is a pothead. It's like not everyone who drinks is an alcoholic. It's, you know, but would it turn me from one into the other? You know, so it would be a risk to try. But changing medications is always a risk, whether it's a newer medication, a holistic one that's being practiced for only some people, whether it's med-assisted treatment or marijuana. You know, people use all different ones. This would be a larger step if I was going to use that. So that's like doctor talk. So Never had meds other than antibiotics or painkillers. That's probably like my parents too. I mean, they're a little older now, so I think my mom has a cholesterol pill, and maybe my dad does, but they don't have anything else in the house. Used to use benzos; they're super addictive. Well, that's the problem with some drugs. Um, Cigarettes are my drug, which nicotine dependence. I always had on my chart at rehab because I went to about 6. It was substance use disorder, polysubstance use disorder, because I smoke. So whatever the other substance was plus this was on my chart. That rehab is non-smoking now. A lot of rehabs have gone. I take that too, Jarella. That I take at night. Gives me crazy dry mouth. That with melatonin and a little Neurontin, and that's what I take before bed. And it's enough, usually. Yes, Camilla, I live on Diet Coke and cigarettes most of the day, too. That's my version of intermittent fasting. Benzos are super addictive, and there's much more action being done in the UK to control it than it is in the US. Um, Valium, Klonopin, Xanax, all those drugs. The good thing about them is that they work. The bad thing about them is that they work, you know. Let's think, Corey. Some people, like, it's not an issue, and then some people, it's such a big deal. Because we're all different. We're all different. Oh, Drella, I have the quick dissolve sublingual melatonin right under the tongue. If you don't miss the window, it does give a window in which I think I need to fall asleep. Like, if I don't fall asleep within half an hour of taking it, it's like I didn't take it. So, fermented ketones every day. Well, that's not something I ever heard of. I had to go to the hospital. Oh, gin tonic. 2 hits of vape and ended up sobbing, laughing, then threw up for 6 hours. Well, that's... See, that's different. For sleep, which is a benzo, you get so hungover. Yeah, I wasn't good with benzos, because in my head, like, who couldn't be a little more calm? They said you can take 3 a day. That's what they told me. I could take 3 a day, and any more than that, then I'm just going to have to deal with it. As needed meant nothing to me at the time. Nothing. I mean, who couldn't be a little more chill? So I would take another one, and another one. And then I was going to the ER for a mental health eval, and I had all my meds in a bag in the backseat of the car, and I took the rest of the bottle going to the hospital. So... I don't know. I always encourage people and myself, talk to your doctor. Ideally your doctor when you're at the hospital if you can. Kratom for my fatigue. Taking it for 5 years now. It gave me my life back. That's one I've heard some news on too. Mark has some of that stuff. Wait. I know he has some of that stuff. I'm gonna go hunting. Hydroxyzine. I have the hydroxyzine. I know, the tolerance goes quick. Benzos, I mean, if they offered, I would take benzos in the hospital. If I was in a psych unit in the hospital, and I was going to be there for 5 days, if they would offer, I would take the medications, but I wouldn't leave with a script for any benzo or anything like that. It's just not setting me up for success there. You know, my day-to-day, I haven't taken one in years. Like, years. So no, I think I could live without it. So... hopefully. But you never know. Jules, Xanax 20 years ago, tripling my dosage. Yeah, a lot of people are getting sketchy now, at least in PA. Kratom, I had heard, was a plant. I've heard very little starting to get talked about in drug and alcohol treatment circles, education circles about kratom. No one really has a strong opinion yet, except we don't know anything, so don't use it. That's the opinion that I've run across so far. Because I teach a bit about drug and alcohol usage in mental health first aid, and it's the same thing. So, oh my God, it is almost that time. It is 7 o'clock. How long have we all been here? It's been an hour, hasn't it? Corey, they told me that too. Well, in rehab they tell you that too, that it tickles it's sort of supposed to tickle the same part of the brain, which I guess is why they explain they can use benzos for detox from alcohol, because it can like bring you back down rather than kaboom seizure. So, yes, I would encourage all of you with any of the medical stuff we talked about tonight, medicine names, treatments, do your own research, talk to your doctor, see what it goes on. Don't listen to some guy on live, okay? Well, thank you all for coming. Please have a good night. It was cool to have a Thursday live. I liked it. Thank you for watching. Please hit a thumbs up on your way out. Please do subscribe. Thank you for all the well wishes. Wait till you see. Wait till you see. By tomorrow or the next day, perfectly fine. All my rosy glow. You won't even believe it. Hit the notification bell on your way out so you get alerts when we have new videos and when we go live. You can follow us on Facebook at SmokeySteveAndMarc or on Instagram at SmokeySteveAndMarc. Our email address and contact info will be listed below as well. Thank you again. This is going to come down for about an hour, maybe half an hour, and then I'll put it back up after that, make a few tweaks and whatnot. So back up by 8 or so, okay? Thanks for watching, and we will catch up with you tomorrow. We have a video tomorrow that involves food, and there's a hummus recipe. We'll go that far, okay? Thanks for watching. Bye.